Our third keynote speaker, who will be speaking and presenting something called Little About Me.
First of all, I want to talk about little about me, really. I'm called George, I'm 12 years old, and I just want to present you something which is a presentation about what's happened in the last few months. First of all, I went in an army shop. Me and my mum were just walking around having a good time, and I was picking a badge, because I was getting a badge, an army badge, and this lady came up to me and said, "Are you getting a badge?" And I said, "Yeah," because I obviously was. She said, "Do you like the army shop?" And I went, "Yeah, but I also want to be in cadets." And she went up to my mum and she said, "It's the same, the association don't take boys like that." And I thought, I am here, you can't keep saying that.
Yeah.
I felt a bit alienated, and another time in McDonald's, I was at my cousin's birthday party, and we were all eating, and a kid was staring at me, so I looked away, carried on, and then I looked around, he was still staring at me, looked away, carried on talking to my mum, talked to my cousin, having a McFlurry, and then he carried on staring at me. I went out of McDonald's and I gave him a dirty look because obviously I didn't like him staring at me. And then sometimes I play wheelchair football and basketball. I'm pretty bad at wheelchair basketball, but I'm getting better at wheelchair football. And I'd also like to say that, like, obviously I might be a kid, but I'm also in a wheelchair. And some people need to just realise that I'm just a kid and I'm in a wheelchair. But, like, what would you do if somebody, like, started pushing you around or took your brakes off or said something to you?
Yeah.
Kieran, what would you do?
If anyone did it to me, I would have given dirty looks and like be upset.
Mr. Jones, what would you do?
I would not be very happy at all, George. I'd be in the same situation as you. Very upset.
Likewise, I'd be very upset.
They're not as good as you are, they've noticed.
Everybody can see that they're not as good as me. Mum, what would you do?
Well, George, I've gone through this with you a few times, haven't you? Sometimes we smile at people and we say that George is more than capable of pushing his chair himself and he'll ask for help. Depending on the person's age, we change the way we say it. Sometimes we're a little bit dumbfounded and we kind of run with it because we feel a bit awkward about the situation. And sometimes we're really frustrated.
Man at the back, what would you do?
If I was in a wheelchair, my initial instinct would be to probably hit them or something like that, to be honest, yeah. As well, and maybe swear at them as well. I mean, that's what I would feel.
Hannah, what would you do?
I do. Well, on tour.
Has anybody got any questions?
sorry, someone needs it. Cause of,
Yeah. Do you find people talk to you really loudly and slowly and, all right, George, how are you doing? Do you get a lot of that?
In some instances, yeah, but mostly not. But hopefully it won't keep happening. And sometimes I do get that.
Do you know what I've taught my daughters to do? I can hear you! It drives her up the wall.
Has anybody else got any more questions?
Hi George. How do you feel when people ask you why you use a wheelchair? If a child comes up to you or a grown-up, how do you feel about that?
I feel like it's a bit obvious, but sometimes I do lie and say, oh, I fell off a building maybe, or I was in a roller coaster and I unfortunately snapped my spine. And I would say to them, it is pretty obvious why I'm in a wheelchair. They might not know my disability, but it's obvious that I can't walk.
I was wondering, what do you do if people start pushing you? When did you learn any useful tactics?
I just usually put my hand on the wheel or say, stop pushing me, or I just go away, sort of thing.
Hello, that was really great. I enjoyed listening to what you had to say. Thanks very much for that. I was just wondering, what do you think we could do to change people's attitudes so that they don't do that kind of thing? What would you think is the answer to that?
Put them in a wheelchair for a few days, or make them just get around in a wheelchair and they're not allowed to walk, sort of thing.
Can I ask a question? Do you get any good support at school? Or bad?
Oh yeah, I got plenty of bad. I mean, I go to school and I have to push myself around all day.
I know the name of a lawyer. So do you get any good support? And if so, what's good about it?
Yeah, I do get good support. It's just like my friends and my helpers, sort of thing.
Friends and helpers?
Yeah.
George, how do you think the teachers react to you in lessons? Say like if you've been naughty or if you've been in a situation where you forgot your homework, how do you think the teachers react to you? Do you think they treat you the same or?
Yeah, they do treat me the same because obviously just coming in a chair don't mean I don't have to follow rules or do my homework.
I hope I'm right in assuming, because you said you're 12, are you at secondary school now? I just wondered about the differences between primary school and secondary school and your thoughts about changing between the two schools.
The homework's harder, obviously, and it's a lot more fun actually, because there's people in my age group that actually go and there's not any receptions, walking around staring at you and you're like, I do go to your school, sort of thing.